Hello, my dear subscribers. Sun and Moon Rising. I'm Maria Clairvoyant, and I'm going to be doing a general reading for the month of May for the sign of Gemini. I apologize for bringing up these videos a little late. I expect for most of you to listen to them. Please share these videos on Facebook, Instagram, and with your friends on messages. Subscribe to my channel. And if you want a specific reading for yourself, detailing more of what you're looking for, please feel free to contact me at mariadaclamboyant.com. With that said, I'm using the tarot, okay, as I used last month. And I already had the spread open. I'm going to be using the oracles of the wisdom of the trees and Kuan Yin oracle. For Gemini, for me, your foundation is the star. So maybe you're either in a someone that could be a relationship or friendship that has to do with the star, and it could be the sign of Aquarius. Okay, that's a specific card that represents Aquarius. So your foundation might be that energy of Aquarius. Excuse me. Whatever situation is going on with you and that person. Another thing, it could be that you may be the center of attraction, so you could also be everybody looking for you, everybody being around you, helping you, or whatever. That means that you're the star in the situation, whatever. If it has to do with work, everybody comes to you to work, to actually question because you know it. Aquarius is the type of energy that they're very much knowledgeable person, very wise, and they tend to have the answer for a lot of things. In here, I see that energy of the air signs. So if this is not you, that this is representing your energy, because even though you're a Gemini, you can also have that energy of Aquarius and it's representing you. But here you have the Six of Swords. Okay, like I said, you Gemini, you are in a balance. Oh, there goes my little clock making that music. So with the Six of Swords is about intelligence, about work, about um, self-center, and this also could represent that you may want to do a journey. You might go on a trip. Maybe you decide, or you could also be wanting to move. The six is about movement. Swords is about moving to one location to another location. Maybe you would like to move. Maybe you would like to travel. You maybe do a short distance travel. What crosses here is that 401. So you could be, if this has to do with traveling, you're going to complete this traveling pretty soon for something that you need to do. Okay. This could also be about work, and you finish the labor and now you have succeeded, and now your challenge is you already succeeded what's going on, and this is a completion. Let's say if it was work, you completed this scenario, you gained the knowledge to work, and you did whatever you were supposed to do, and you pass. You have a Four of Swords. So again, I feel a lot of air energy. So you might be dealing, it could be your energy, Gemini, or could be somebody else's energy that you're working with. Or maybe you're working with a Libra sign or Aquarius sign. So with the Four of Swords, it could be that you were resting. This is also the card. Maybe you were a little bit sick, a little bit ill, but there's a completion of this illness, and now you're moving forward. And on the bottom, you have as your foundation the Princess of Cups. So you might have been or there is someone that is either your children, because to me princess represent children, or maybe it's just a slow movement of whatever you were doing in this work. So maybe you were doing something and it's very slow, or it was very slow but you completed it. or it could be children involved in your life. Doesn't necessarily have to be your own kids. It can also represent um, your your grandkids if you're in an older group. Okay, so there is a foundation of someone that you probably feel worried and concerned. It could be somebody else too. Sometimes we have more concerns about other people, maybe friends of, not really the your own kids, but a friend that you feel worried, you feel some kind of a connection to that person, and you love them as your own child. And what's crowning you is the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands is you finally coming out of this is kind of like the how can I put it? It's kind of like a Three of Wands is like a strength card. You probably are getting a strength after this. If you were sick, let's per se you were sick, you get in the strength. If this is work, maybe you're tired from work and now you need to rest. You need to rest from because you were working so hard. If this is a relationship, let's say, um, in you're now coming out and feeling better about yourself. If the relationship was not working out or whatever the scenario was, but to me, I feel that this has to do either with health or work related, because of the Wands is about career and change. So the next card that you come up is the Emperor. The Emperor had come up in almost every reading. So the Emperor is maybe someone that is a giver, or you were the person that was the head household in that situation, and now that you're becoming you're no longer sick, you're able to provide, or if you were working very hard, you're still the main breadwinner. Okay, here you get the Queen of Wands. So some of you might be dealing with the earth energy. I'm sorry, not the earth energy, the fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this card right here is telling you, just a moment. With the Queen of Wands, you have the energy of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So maybe some of you Geminis are dealing with that kind of fire sign. Maybe it's someone close to you. Maybe it could be a daughter, or you're now getting into that energy. You're becoming a little bit more stronger. Some Geminis are very soft, so now you're getting into that energy of the fire signs, and you're becoming more stronger in your personalities and the things that you want. And and you have the Queen of Cups. You might be dealing with two energies of two women. If it's not uncommon for a Gemini to have two women, here you have the energy of the Queen of Cups. Maybe you have more or less one woman that might be nice and sweet and soft, and then you have the other woman that's more egocentric, more materialistic, because you had the fire signs of every materialistic sign. It's all about ego. So there's two women that you might be dealing with, and you had the Ten of Cups. So there is some kind of feelings going on with these two women, but and you probably would like to have a new beginning with one of them. You had the Sun Star, so probably you're gonna start a new beginning with somebody. You would like to choose which one should I pick. So this is a relationship with women in your private life. However, if this is a relationship with the work, maybe you're dealing with two women that have that energy, and you have no other reason than to like continue with this relationship because they work with you. Okay, so That's how I feel for this. I don't think I need to clarify none of this. I think that the cards are very straightforward. Okay, so let me see what's going on with the love area. I'm going to take a card, one card for you, for the single ones, not for you, for the singles Gemini. Okay, single Gemini. The single Gemini, you have the Page of Cups. So some of you Gemini are very slow, easygoing. You guys are the lovers. You guys are not really ready for a commitment in a relationship. You guys are, or even if you're ready, you don't want to. We don't force people to be into some kind of energy. So you may not. Okay, so you just feel like playing the field and you're not ready for a relationship, or you just don't want a relationship. The next card that I get for the married ones, some of you might have had a loss in the relationship, a breakage coming up. You have the Five of Swords. Some of you might be having problems, internal problems with yourself, and not being able to handle all the problems that it is in the relationship. It might be just, you may not even be breaking up, but you still probably spiritual, physical, not being able to have a relationship with your wives or husbands. Maybe because you either went to surgery, maybe because you have a situation that you're not feeling well, or it's just mental or spiritual that you're going through right now. Some of you is you have the Fool. If this is for the people that are married or living together, maybe you're gonna start from scratch to redo the relationship you have with right now, or some of you are going to walk away with the relationship that they have. Because the Fool is when you change yourself and decide to go upon yourself and decide to move on to another relationship, or just move out, period. Maybe you decide that you no longer want to be with this person. You decide to, wow, not necessarily you have to divorce that person, but maybe it's a breakage coming up because you don't get along. Okay, or whatever problems you guys are having. Most of the time when people break up in a relationship, is because they don't get along. So for those that are not living together, they're living apart. You live in your house and I live in my house, but we have a relationship. There's this distance between them. You probably need to take transportation to go to the other house to see that person, or basically you're just not living in the same household. Let's see what comes up. You have the Two of Cups. Those people are not together, have a very good relationship. Those that don't live together, maybe you have a person, you have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a lot of emotions. You share a lot of things with this person. And you had the Ten of Cups. This is very fulfilled emotions when either the 10 or the 2 is a completion of a relationship. Maybe some of you are going to take it to the next level, to probably move in together. If you're not living together at this time, you may end up moving in together. You may not, maybe decide that you're going to have a relationship with whoever, and you're going to say, okay, time, we're going to take that relationship to the next level. I no longer want to be separate from you. I think it's time for us to commit to each other. I'm going to clarify for the married ones. What's going on with the married ones? What's the relationship look like for the Geminis that are married or living together in the same household? Let's see what comes up. Okay, 2 cards came out. Some of you had the 5, which is the Hierophant. This is the Pope. This is you guys probably are not in a relationship anymore with someone, probably because there is no more love into that relationship. Probably there is love, but not the love of couple. Maybe you guys see each other more like a brother and sister. Or maybe you need to renew your vows and see if you really want to stay with this person. Okay. Others, you have the 3. So 2 of those, you have the Princess. So be careful with some of you, because you this is the because the I'm sorry, it's hard for me to say the words right now. This one is the Empress. So this could be someone that has a very nice soul, a good soul, and is a person that's very generous. So you might be in love with someone that has a good soul. So that's the reason why you're walking away from this relationship, because this person is good to you. It's a person that has a very good soul, and that's why you had decided to move on, because you might leaving your ex-wife or the woman that you live with, and you're moving on to the person that you are in love with somebody else. The Prince, the Hierophant is the Faith. Sometimes you probably need to forgive this person. Maybe this person, either you cheated on them or they cheated on you, and you need a spiritual peace and have self-control. So maybe some of you need to have self-control. Maybe you're not in peace with the person that you're married to, and this is bugging the crap out of you. So I'm sorry, let me see if you can see this clearly. So that's what's going on to some of you Geminis. So I think that this is very is a lot of clarity in these cards. So let me see if there was any repetitions of the cards in this spread. Completion, Swords, the Sun, Society. You have the 10 of Cups here. You have the 10 of Cups here. So there is a completion of something that you need to do. Here you have the Forest, Princess of Cups. You have the Princess of Cups. So to those that have the Princess of Cups, you might end up making a decision of a situation that you guys are going through, and you're gonna decide what you're gonna do. Let's say you have a friend that you would like to be in a relationship with. You're gonna probably make that decision. To others, if you were in a relationship that is no longer good, you're gonna make a decision for that. So you had 2 repetitions cards in this spread. Okay, so this is a confirmation of something that you need to complete, something that you need to do. Okay, so I don't know what is it that you need to do, because it's not a personal reading, so it's a general reading. You need to decide and make a decision what's best for you. From the Wisdom Oracle trees, you get the card of Baba. You see it? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It says, I am known as the Tree of Life because I can help people to survive the hardest living conditions. Whether you call on me, I will give you emotional strength and spiritual substance so that you can cope with whatever life brings you. Have faith in the universe, ability to provide with you exactly what you need, whenever you need it, and to offer you spiritual protection. Use your resources and talents to get most of you every day. So some of you, I feel that this is more spiritual situation that's going on. You have, because in here you get the sun is strength, spiritual strength that you may need, not necessarily physical, not necessarily monetary, money wise related. So you may need this to complete whatever path you want to take. Okay, so you may need the spiritual support, the spiritual strength to make a decision. Sometimes some people are too weak to make that decision. They don't want to make the decision. Some people are afraid to take the next step of life. Let's say you were married for like 20 years and all of a sudden your husband is no longer, or your wife had committed cheated on you, adultery, and now you had to face the fact that you need to move on because this person no longer loves you and is in love with somebody else. So you need to take the strength to move on. The card that you get here from the Kuan Yin Oracle, one happy Mother's Day to all the Geminis that are celebrating Mother's Day. I forgot to tell you. And the ones that are father and mother that take care of your children too, happy Mother's Day. It doesn't matter who you are. You're a mother and a father to the child. You have the card is Tai Chi Rising. So this meditation tells you your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through your being. Take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts, and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives more impact to your words, actions, and thoughts. Tai Chi Rising. Stand comfortable with your feet hip width apart and your hands hanging relaxed at your sides. Feel your feet connecting with the ground and gently rock on your heels and balls of your feet. Say out loud, I call upon the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. Slowly throw your hands up in front of your body, palms facing inwards as you extend them up above your head, straight to the sky. Imagine that you are pulling earth energy from your feet and out through the top of your head. Say out loud, I call upon unconditional love, light, and power of heavy forces now for my greatest good. Imagine slowly pulling the light of heaven down through your body. As you draw your hands down in front of your body, slowly palms facing your body and slightly downward, stopping on your navel. Rest your hands in front of your navel and close your eyes, being aware of the light traveling up through your body and out through your crown of your head and down from the heavens through your body and into the earth. Two flows of energy, earth and heaven, forming a column of bright, loving energy, which surrounds you and extends below you into the earth and above you into the heavens. Breathe peacefully here in this column of light, and when you're ready, open your eyes. See the energy of this card. A prayer for Tai Chi Rising. Try to do this meditation, and you can do the prayer before the meditation or after. It's up to you. Through the mercy of compassion, Kuan Yin, and my own free will, may my energy field grow to meet the needs of my soul light. May I have a strong and merciful power and wise and equal measure. May I be loving and potent with temperance and peaceful intention. Om Ram Param Hum. So you can do the prayers before. I recommend it to you to do it before. And then do the meditation. Okay? So Gemini, I hope this video helps you for the month of May. Helps you to the spiritual journey that you're going. If it's spiritual, if it's physical. Sometimes when we do have a surgery, we start thinking about things that we should do. It should be done in our path, and so we start changing situations. So with that said, Gemini, love and light, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye. And if you want a personal reading, contact me, mariadaclairvoyant.com, and you know what to do. Okay.